like to share with you some thoughts about a subject with a title that might look strange, might look difficult to understand. Secularity and holiness. That means life in the world and sanctity and holiness. How to become saint while living and dealing with the world. Actually, these two words, world and sanctity, sound a little bit incompatible between them, and have sound incompatible for many, many centuries in the church, because for many, many centuries, Christians who felt to live the gospel in a radical way thought that they had to keep apart from the world. So the world was somehow considered something bad, something to keep apart if I want to become saint. Well, then the church has progressed a lot, and now, since the Vatican Council, we came to know that everyone is called to sanctity. Specifically, this was in the Lumen Gentium document, no? The universal call to sanctity. Everyone is called to become a saint in the church. And this was helped also by a better understanding of the gospel, because, well, first point, Jesus was a layman. He was not a priest. And as a layman, he lived the greatest part of his life in a village, in a simple village, a small village. And over there, he studied, every other good student, and he worked, for sure. For the greatest part of his life, he passed over there. So, what should we say here? Should we say that Jesus became holy only after this life in Nazareth? Surely not. He lived a holy life since the very beginning. So it is so much important in the church today to understand that sanctity, holiness is not something that is related to priests or nuns. It's something that is related to everyone. But now the point comes, how to become saint in the world? How to do that? Because in our ideal, in our mind, we think that to become a saint, I have to do something extraordinary, to live for a mission, to spend the entire life in prayer. All things that, of course, are important, but what about lay persons? How do they become saints? Because they are called to. I decided in the end that the best way to talk about this is to give some examples. Some examples that I have taken from people that I knew. I would say most of them have already left this world and are now in heaven, in front of God. But these examples that I received from them were so important that some of them I still have in my heart. Well, being close to Christmas, I will start from one example. Maybe considered strange today, but at that time maybe not. That person was responsible for the procurement office of an hospital. So we can imagine a hospital has a lot of supplies, a lot of customers. And close to Christmas, a customer came and made a gift to him. Say, well, this is a Christmas cake for you. So he received that, he realized to have that in the office. And what he did, he immediately took the Christmas cake, he went with his bicycle, he took the Christmas cake back, he returned the Christmas cake to this supplier. because he said, thank you so much, you're so kind towards me, but I don't want to be influenced once I will place the next supply. I don't want to be forced to put it towards you because you made this gift to me. I want to be impartial. I want to be to do my job in the best way, without being influenced or modified in my decision in any way. So he returned a Christmas cake. I would say, how many among us would have done the same? But he made something important, because he said, in order to respect my job, I need to be equal towards everyone, towards all suppliers. And we know how much job involve this kind of relationship, of course. This one example. Another example, this again is back to many years ago, but was so important to me that I feel that it still says something today. This person was a supplier of coal. Of course, we are talking about places where during winter there is cold, actually, minus some degrees. So at that time, each house was provided with coal, with a supply of coal in order to heat the houses. And what happened? That, of course, to make it simpler at that time, in a village there was one single supplier for all houses. In that village, at a certain time, the supplier changed, and this new person, the one that I knew, the one I'm talking about, came and started to be the supplier of this village. Once he started to deliver the coal, most of the owners of the house say, well, while he was delivering, stop, because it's too much. My tank is already full. He said, no, it's not that, because you ordered, I don't know, let's say, suppose for 3 quintals, and I have to deliver 3 quintals. These are 3 quintals. No, but my tank, I always ordered the same quantity, but my tank was enough to contain. No, I assure you, these are 3 quintals. So we understand what is behind this. The previous suppliers used to give less quantity of coal and to receive the money, of course, for the full quantity, to do something incorrect. Because who could have checked that amount of coal? No one could have known. But this one was saying, no, I have to be correct, and I have to give what has been bought to me. We have to say that in that village, as in many other villages of that country, later on there was the gas supply coming instead of coal. And that person, in that period, he became the mayor of that village. But notwithstanding the fact that this might have been, as it was the case, somehow against his own interest, he just said, no, gas is better, it gives less pollution, so I will go with gas. We have to decide to change. This is another example of to respect the nature, to respect the best way to live. One should not put in front his own interest, but the interest of the entire collectivity, we can say, the entire people. Another example, again, this is back to some years ago, but maybe it's something that in some way or another might still come, might still happen. This person I'm talking about was a director of the human resources in a big company, a very big company. And he was actually new in this position. He was appointed as the new director of human resources. You can say thousands, 1,000 people working in that company. So the big boss, we can say, the big boss, the owner of the company, each time there was a strike in the company itself, maybe in the country, he asked to receive the list of the names of those who participated in the strike. I want to know who participated in the strike. So this person, the new appointed, knew about this requirement, but he felt that it was not correct because the strike is a right. It's a right of workers. It's a fundamental right. Once there is something that is against their health or whatever. So this person said, no, this is not correct to do that. He felt that it was not correct to deliver the names. So what happened? The boss called him every single week. He used to call him to have this meeting. And once they were together, the big boss said to the director, please give me the name of those who participated in yesterday's strike. The names of the yesterday's strike? What? You don't know? You didn't know? No. The previous one didn't tell you that? No. I need to know the list. Okay. Sorry. Okay, I'll do. And he went out. Another strike, another meeting. Big boss, together with the director, say, please give me the list of those who participated to the strike. Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot. You told me, you're right. You know, I forgot. Oh, please forgive me. This thing I forgot to do. So what happened in the end? That due to this capacity of this man, this use, this habit of bringing the list of those who participated in the strike was abandoned. So here again, there is an important example, in my opinion. On one side, it is we become saints by working for justice, for the right of the people. This is one point. And the other point that I would add is that how come that in the end he accepted not to receive this list? I don't know exactly. I suppose because that boss had much respect towards that person. So he realized that that person was serious, was well prepared, was doing a good job. So due to that, he was able to accept not to go on with that request because he felt respect towards that person. So sanctity means also to carry out our own job, our own profession in a serious way, in a competent way, so that we receive respect. And by that, we can do something important. I have to say that he was also very good in dealing with this matter. So we need also, sanctity also requires some capacity to find the best way to do what you have in mind to do. I have in mind some other example. I could mention just the title. For instance, I remember once someone who received, we can say, a double salary. Say there was an amount of money due for a period of traveling made abroad. That money was given on the pay envelope in 1 month, and then was given again in the pay envelope on the following month. What to do? Well, I say, no, this is not my money. This is not my money. So that person, what did he do? He called again the human resources, was not the same company, but the human resources office. Say, well, you know, I have received some undue money. I have to return this, please. So again, to work for justice, to be correct. I think we could go on with many examples. I think you understand now what I mean. Let us imagine, for instance, how much in the big company usually we take care of attending the most important persons, because they can be important in my career, and to forget about those who are maybe the subordinates. Say, well, this I don't care. No, being a Christian, being a saint, means that for you all them are equal, and you have to pay attention to the important people, but at the same time, in the same way also to less important people. And maybe if there is a big meeting where all big bosses are present, maybe you take some time and to speak with the less important ones, and to say that everyone in the world is important. So, of course, I mentioned many cases in the profession. We could go on with other examples about the life in our neighborhood, how to pay attention to maybe the people close by, the family close by, that maybe they are in some need of material, spiritual, whatever. We know that in every single family there is some trouble, some need to someone that maybe simply can go to listen, to support, to be present in that time of trouble. So this is what I would say it could be, and now the ways are so many, so different. It could be the contents of a life lived in holiness in everyday's life. I mentioned some cases, but we do not have to think at something exceptional, something. We have to do our duties in the best possible way, in a competent way. That is to become saint. Many mothers and fathers, they are real saints, hidden, but maybe they suffer, they do whatever is it possible for them to take care of children, to take care of their families. So this is the way why many become saints, even if they are not so well known. So we need to know that once I'm here in the family, once I'm taking care of children, once I'm there to do my studies in the college, once I'm there in the profession, I'm there because God's will is like that, is exactly that. That I'm taking care of this world to do a better world. And each time we work, maybe in a hidden, a silent way, even better, for a better world, for everyone, for a just world, we are working for our sanctity and for the sanctity of the entire people of God. So thank you.